To me, there's nothing better than we get a letter or email from a customer thanking you for what a great job you did. That means more to me than almost getting paid for the job. Like I said before, I really believe if better is possible, good is not enough. I don't consider them vendors, they are partners. Without them, we wouldn't be successful. I mean, they help us, they understand. As long as you have open communication with them, and which we have been very good with Koenig & Bauer, you gotta let them know, and they understand. If there's an issue, they address it. Did we ever perform a bad job? Yes, but you gotta correct it and go from there. I really believe in technology. That helps us grow. Went to the UV conference down in Vegas, very infant stages of it, and met Hans Eulen there and talked to him. And my son went also and came back. We gotta look at this LED UV.
I'm very fortunate that I do this alongside with my three brothers. Currently right now we're in the process of becoming SOC 2 certified, which is a pretty big undertaking. We work very close together. We make decisions very fast because we are very close. We are all in different areas, maybe in president, CEO, finance side, CFO. I have a lot of titles. And then I have a brother on the sales side and my other two brothers on the manufacturing side. So based on us being in all those segments of the company, it's easier to manage because we are emphasized in these other areas, with my brothers. If one of our employees, production employees, head of our press room said, can you think about getting the A color perfector? I think it'd be a great fit for us. There's no formal meeting. We'll talk about it, do the research, and we'll go from there. So there's nothing formal, no board.
So we were the first, according to what Hans said, commercial printer went LED. There were other printers that were doing envelopes or something of that nature, I think, with LED, but he says we were one of the first ones, especially with AMS and that. Sustainability is very important to us. LED, there's no VOCs. There's a lot of pros on it. To me, a no-brainer. If we're going to go UV in that, LED would have to be the way to go. I remember a printer came in and to our shop to see once what LED was about. Hans asked us to, and we're always happy to show anybody. And he came and he says, walked out, and he says, we took the job that we sampled from, folded it, rubbed it. No, nothing. There's no offsetting, nothing. No, you don't have any of that with LED and that. And we take jobs right off the press, right into the folder, gluers, or cut it, whatever we have to do, which is another big advantage. You're running these jobs pretty fast coming off the press, 18,000 sheets an hour in jobs, and you're producing a lot of work in that. Space is a big thing right now. Iberca, we looked at the presses. They were very comparable with the Bobst. Again, it was being the volume of work, how busy we have been, who was the fastest one to come to the market to get us the press. And Iberca did it. We liked it. Where we were looking again, we did not have blanking on the first die cutter. We just had a straight die cutter with stripping. So looked at going with a blanker, and we liked the Iberca that much. We said, let's get another Iberca. So have a twin for it, which is nice. For both of them, they're very comparable. As far as quality, it's as good as the Bobst die cutter. Been very happy with both the Iberca and the Bobst. They were both very good machines. Also, it's easier in the shop too for scheduling the press. You don't have to worry about if you're making plates, and you can go ahead and get it done ahead of time, and you can put on either press. When you have two different size presses, very difficult for scheduling in that aspect. So there have been other advantages too. It's interchangeable parts. If something would happen, you can always take some, if they're not using it, say if it's out of the code or whatever it may be. One is down, you can go to the other one, and they were coding, the other one is not. So you can use that part also. So uptime has been very good for us. That's the pleasant part. To me, uptime is very important, and we've been very happy in that aspect with Koenig & Bauer.
When my dad started the business in '87, I was graduated from high school. he asked me to come work for him as the receptionist, so there is a face at the door and someone to answer the phones. So phones didn't ring a whole lot back in the day when he first opened those doors back in June. And then from there, I went off to college, came back the next summer. I had the pleasure of walking the table and collating a Superior, I believe it's Superior Tool and Die catalog. And that was my summer job, is walking the table. It was an exciting day if I got put on the folder, which didn't happen too often. But so those are my early memories. I worked my college summers for my dad. And then when I graduated from college, I spent 1 year working at an appraisal firm, and then he asked me to come on full time. I had just gotten married when my dad asked me to come on board in '92. You know, it's one of those things. You don't see eye to eye growing up all the time, but it's the best move I ever made, working for my dad and working with my brothers on a daily basis.
Well, I checked with the Printing Industries of Wisconsin here, and I told them what my goal was to be a 1 and 2 color printer. And he says, there is a niche in the marketplace. He says that'd be for 1 and 2 color printer. He says, because there's so many cylinders in this. He said there's too many, in fact. I jumped into it. I said, oh, we can do it. And I had 1 employee and took it from where we were there to where we are today in that. We
definitely had our tough times in the beginning, you know, when I came on, but we grew, and it was a slow growth, which was great because we were able to sustain it, and every year it was a little bit easier. We survived the 2008 when all that happened. That affected us in 2009, and we were able to manage the company, manage the staff during that time, and then everybody has their COVID story of getting through COVID and managing in those difficult times.
My son graduated from college and he went into sales. We had a 1 color, and then we bought a 2 color press, and he says, Dad, we got to get a multicolor press and really grow. I said, we got to be better than everybody else. So we did our homework, we looked at everything, and we went waterless printing. And we were back then in 95, 96, we were doing 300 line screen when nobody else was able to do it. The employees, really, that's the most important thing. They got to buy into your culture, I really feel. The culture is so important, they understand what it is and be successful.
My dad is the best, and everything I've learned is from him, and I'm so proud to be the next generation leading this company that he's so passionate about, the industry he's so passionate about. It's much easier to come into this role with an established company compared to him starting up back in 1987, you know, him and another guy, and here we are today. We continue to grow. We're looking at adding in addition sales force to increase that production and continue to grow organically as we move forward.
At times, it makes me feel really, really great that knowing that it's going to be in good hands. It's very sad that I'm not involved in some of the decisions now that they should be making them, and they are making them. And that's the hard part, I guess, to relinquish all that authority you had. Somebody says, well, why aren't you retired? I says, well, I go to work, I'm the big chief. I go home, I'm a little engine. We decided it would be a big advantage for us to be a woman-owned business. The 3 boys all agreed to that. Tammy has an accounting background, so she's an accountant and everything, which makes more sense too, running a business, as long as we have the technical end of it. And she'll run the numbers and no, that does not make sense. So we have our discussions in that, but it's been a very good way of running the business. I think for me it has been. It's been great to have all 4 kids here.